Castle between the sky and the earth. Long ago, in a green valley surrounded by mountains, lived two sisters and their younger brother. The older sister, Sonja, was clever and loved solving problems. The younger sister, Iva, was brave and kind-hearted. Their brother Dušan was curious about the world and loved adventures. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, something unexpected happened. A great shadow crossed the sky. It was the dragon, Luka the dragon. But this dragon did not roar with anger. Instead, it carried Dušan away to a strange place, a castle floating between the sky and the earth.
We have to find him.
Of course we'll find him. Dušan would never give up on us.
And so the sisters packed their bags and began their journey. They helped travelers along the road, shared food with hungry animals, and listened to the stories of people they met. In return, they received helpful advice. Finally, they reached a tall mountain. Above, it floated a mysterious castle.
How are we supposed to reach that?
Let's think, there must be a way.
Their faithful horse had carried them the entire journey. Sonja gently stroked the horse's mane.
You've done enough for us, friend. You deserve rest.
Instead of forcing the horse to climb the steep cliffs, the sisters carefully tied a long rope to a strong rock. With patience and teamwork, they climbed toward the floating castle while the horse waited safely below. Step by step, they reached the balcony. Inside the castle, something surprising was happening. Dušan was sitting beside the dragon. They were talking.
I didn't mean to scare anyone.
Then why did you take me?
Well, I didn't know how to ask for a friend.
The dragon lowered his head.
I've lived up here alone for a very long time. Every time people saw me, they ran away.
So you thought taking someone was the only way?
I suppose I did.
Just then, Sonja and Iva stepped into the room.
Dušan!
I'm okay.
We're not here to fight.
The dragon looked confused.
You're not?
Sometimes problems are solved better with conversation than with fighting.
You don't need to capture people to have friends.
The dragon thought for a moment.
But what if everyone is still afraid of me?
Then start small.
Help people instead of scaring them.
And they'll see who you really are.
For the first time, the dragon smiled.
Maybe I could guard this castle. I could help travelers who get lost in the mountains.
And that is exactly what he did. Luka the dragon became the guardian of the castle between the sky and the earth, helping travelers and watching over the valley. The sisters climbed back down the mountain where their horse waited patiently. Together, the three siblings returned home, and sometimes they visited their unusual new friend in the sky. And from that day on, people told a different story about the dragon in the floating castle. Not a story about a monster, but about a lonely creature who simply needed someone to understand him. Because sometimes the bravest thing anyone can do is choose kindness instead of fear. The end.